Hi guys, it's a girl Ella Mutams, also known as Gelwapa Z. It simply means girl from Zambia. Today is Monday and this vlog obviously has come at the right time when I always vlog. I vlog on Mondays and Fridays. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for real life stories and testimonies. Today I'll be discussing Tonto Dikeh, a Nollywood star, a lady that is celebrated across Africa and in some parts of the world. And the reason why I want to talk about this issue is because Tonto Dikeh became famous through Nollywood movies, and most of us Africans have come to know her because of the same movies. Her acting abilities have just drawn us closer to Tonto Dikeh. But in the olden days, there was no social media, and we didn't know much about what was going on in the celebrities' lives. We would just watch a movie and we know there's the latest movie and we'll be rushing for them in the market or wherever we're coming from. I personally, my dad was working as a pilot and he would fly to Nigeria for different work there, and as he would go to the market he would bring us some movies from Nigeria. So in the 1990s I got to know Nigerian movies through my dad because of his work. And Tonto Dikeh is somebody that I've followed. There's other top actors, of course. The list is endless. I followed her. I've liked her acting skills. Even when I see a movie on YouTube that is titled Tonto Dikeh, I just want to grab it. So for those of you who are new to my channel, there's a video I did introducing this matter. I've linked it down below so that you can follow up the story in case you're just stumbling upon this video. Tonto Dikeh is embarrassing her husband, obviously her ex-husband, on social media. The two of them have been fighting on social media with regards to their relationship. But this is what I have to say. Miss Tonto Dikeh, we love you. You are a great star. But what you are doing is absolutely wrong, and here's why. You are not the only woman that has been scammed by the so-called men. And in my personal view, you brought it upon yourself, and here's why. You see, in order for me to come out now, it's because I was waiting to look at everything as a whole. The first thing was the video, the interview that is on my YouTube channel, where you talked about how you love Mr. Churchill, he introduced you to God, and you're like, right, and the way you're even answering, you're just answering as somebody who is so happy and everything. You were trying to prove to the world that you're a happy person. The biggest mistake you made was after the relationship with the so-called Mr. X that you talked about, that used to flaunt gifts all over for you, dumped you to marry another woman. You needed a break. You didn't need to jump into another relationship. And Mr. Churchill took advantage of that situation. Now, you started the whole relationship with a lie. You told the world he introduced you to God. You were in love. He's the only man that has made you fall in love and everything. I must say this, no disrespect, but the first time when I saw the pictures of the man, I was disappointed. Because Tonto Dikeh, you are someone that every woman, most women admire to be like you. You are beautiful, you are talented, you can be anywhere you want in life. But where you are now, you have chosen that path. You have chosen that path because you chose to just pick any man randomly, clothe him, dress him, marry him, and show the world that you were happy. In this day of social media, this day and age of social media, everybody saw your images all over and was celebrating with you, and yet everything was a lie. Now, when you were courting this guy, I'm sure you would have seen a lot of things that were going on. You would have picked up on this and that. You would have known that all these things are fake. And being a celebrity, trust me, you have access to a lot of things. There's investigators who can investigate for you. Find out about this person. Who is this person? Is it truly Obasanjo's son, as he claims? If he's not, why did you still carry on with the relationship? It's because you played the media. You played everybody. You played us, your fans. You wanted us to feel like you are the happiest woman in the world. You were showing us that you are the Cinderella of our time, and yet everything was a lie. If only you had taken your time, relaxed, put a value on yourself, you would have seen the man that you would have had. But because you're in a hurry, you want to show Mr. X that you've moved on. You want to show everybody that you're doing well. That is why you're where you are. We thank God you have a son with Mr. Chechu. It's a blessing. We can't say anything about that because God is the one who gives children. There are some people who are married and they don't have kids. Thank God for that blessing. But when you were married to this person, you started observing a lot of things about him. And yes, you've said now you've decided to open up and you decided to leave him. He wasn't paying any school fees. He wasn't buying clothes for your child. He's not even done anything for your child. You don't need to come to the public and say all those things. What you're doing now is entertaining the public. The public will be entertained. Obviously, people just want an escape route, something that will entertain them and make them laugh. And today, Tonto Dikeh, a woman that we respected, you are a laughingstock everywhere. Every vlogger is talking about you. People are making memes, laughing and mocking at you when you're supposed to be a big star, mega star. This time, Tonto Dikeh, you should be pushing for deals with Hollywood, not fighting with Chechu on YouTube. You don't need that. You don't need that. We have, if you come to the UK right now, I live in the UK, for those of you who are watching for the first time, I live in the UK. So many of us women have been scammed by West African men. We've never brought it to social media. We are protecting our children. It's for the sake of the future. You too, Tonto Dikeh, should be protecting. The world these days is just so horrible that your son will end up being bullied in the future. In school, wherever he goes, people will bring out those stories. And unfortunately, your story has gone so viral. The moment your son even types Tonto Dikeh, everything about you will come up. Unless, of course, you can take your child to a different school, maybe abroad. Secondly, lucky for you, you can even afford to take your children to your child or your future children to good schools. Most women are stuck in the diaspora because they are single parents. And the only thing that they can rely on is the governments wherever they live in the Western world to cater for their children's schooling, because schooling in the Western world is free of charge. You have even the ability to have a maid. We waka, everything we do ourselves. I don't have a maid and I have 4 kids. I have to wash, I have to do everything, cook, shop. Nothing is done by any man for you. At least you can even afford those luxuries there in Nigeria. It simply means you are doing very well. What you needed to do is to pay back this man with success. You are granting this man all this attention that he's getting. People want to know. You're just actually making the guy very famous. If you had kept quiet, trust me, Chechu will not be granting interviews here, there. I celebrated Tiwa Savage a few days ago. I shared her post. I'm a born-again Christian, but I shared her success on my YouTube channel simply because I have seen Tiwa Savage grow. I have never heard her marriage scandal in the public eye. She has been quiet about it. Even when people have suspected that she's dating Wizkid, she has never ever mentioned anything to anybody. You suspect, it's your own wahala. Tiwa will never say anything. Boom! Universal Records contract. That is a big blow for any man that dumped that lady. Because that man now would have been hanging with somebody who hangs around the big stars of America. Because from there, she can even get a Hollywood star. Because she's a big star now. But what you're doing is denting your image. There are some brands that would want to even hire you and be the ambassador. But because of all these things that you're coming out, you're saying this, you're saying that, even men as well, they'll be scared of you. Most of these brands will be scared. They'll think maybe their market will not be successful because of what you have been saying. You should have kept quiet. Even, I'll give you an example of Regina Daniels. People have said about her marriage. Regina Daniels just comes on social media, bam, with a post and a caption, just saying something. She has never said whether it's true Oh, it's not true she's married to the billionaire Ned. She's never said anything. So you are giving people access to your private life. All those records, yes, you came with receipts. We are proud of you. We have clapped for you. But just know that the people who are watching you, mainly, it's not even, the Nigerians have just started mocking you because majority don't even watch your movies. But it's us, the foreigners, that celebrate you, that are just surprised and shocked. You presented a happy lifestyle. You presented us, Mr. Churchill, as a loving man. Your same mouth, you have changed your statement to say, no, it was a lie. He told me he was not Obasanjo. He told me he was Obasanjo's son. Now, Obasanjo said he is like a son. You knew all those things, yet you played as a game. And if he was not Obasanjo's son, it simply means you wouldn't have married the guy. The whole family has played you according to the receipts you presented. The whole family has played you. But you should have just resolved this matter amicably. Amicably, without involving the public. So that for the sake of the future, whatever projects you're doing, people will respect you. People will add value on you. You same Tonto, you've been to this prophetic church, you were preaching there, you were on the pulpit preaching, talking about how God is good and everything. You said you had given up your life to Christ, and then you go back and start revealing what a child of God should be forgiving. You should forgive this man and forget. Like I've said, we've been scammed by the so-called West African men. But we not go waka bring it on social media because it will not help us. For the sake of protecting our lives, our identity, our children, we keep quiet. I can give you so many examples of women who've been scammed by men here in the UK. Everyone is living their lives and they are quiet. Your child will be a star tomorrow. Our children may be stars tomorrow. And when people start searching, oh, let's see what's been happening in their life, they find videos, old videos of the mother on social media. And the Western media is fast to pick up these things. There's a guy I shared on my YouTube channel. He's a Ghanaian. He's been doing comedy for 11 years. He went on the Britain's Got Talent show and he performed his act. He got a golden buzzer and he's now through the top 12 live shows. He was picked by Simon Carr. His videos, when I first saw his video, I went to search for him on YouTube. This guy only had like 1,000 views on his YouTube channel. If you check now, the guy has even shot up like more than 20,000 views per video. His subscribers have gone up. Everybody was searching for this guy. Who is this guy? And that is what will happen. Yes, you are doing it for your son. You want your son to know that this is what happened. You can document, present the receipts, do a file, give lawyers to write down everything for you and show your son when he's 15 and he will read for himself privately without bringing it to the public eye. At least you can even afford private school. At least you can afford a good life for your son. Whilst most single women out there cannot even afford any of that. Whilst most of us single women are stuck abroad. I have a video on my YouTube channel, Stuck Abroad. Are stuck abroad simply because we cannot afford the luxuries that you are able to afford. So please take heart. Forgive him. Pick up your career. You are still talented. You are still young. You're still beautiful. You still look young. You are able to do a lot of things with your life. Do something that will profit you than all these scandals. They're not helping you in any way. You've been able to show us that you can afford even a trip to Dubai. You've gone to Dubai with Bobrisky to enjoy yourself. I mean, you can afford luxuries. So don't fight Churchill. Leave the guy. Let him know that you don't need him. You can't force somebody to be a father to your child. You can't. You can't. Fatherhood, you can't force it. You can't. If the person doesn't want to come have a relationship with the child, don't force it. You've done your best as a mother. You've done your best as a parent. Your child can see. Your child will understand. What you need to do is continue showing love to that guy, that baby, and just forget about that guy and move on with your life. And then a good man that loves you will come for you only if you change. You need to change yourself. You are what you attract. You attracted lies because you wanted to tell the world lies about yourselves. So you need to change on that part. When you start living a truthful life, you will meet a truthful person that will love you. You do your wedding, you do whatever you need to do without having to flaunt. I was saying the other time, it seems there is pressure in the Nollywood industry where you want to. I'm telling you, as foreign people, we have suffered with you Nigerians. We suffer on Instagram. When you show us your push, your this, your people, we suffer. You make us feel like we are not living. But look at what comes out after. Regina Daniels was showing off. The first time when I saw Regina Daniels even buying the house, all these things, I said, what is this girl? Because I know Nigerian actors only get about £2,000 per movie. I was like, what job is this girl doing? I said, well, maybe she's gotten herself a contract. Maybe she's part of a soap or something. Look at Omotola. I always say this about Omotola. That lady is simple. The lady is a star. Boko. Ghanaian say Boko. Her life, she's come down. Her husband is a pilot, rich guy. You never, unless she's just talking about her own show and everything, she's so humble. Those are the people that you should be making as your friends. Emulate Omotola. Make her your friend. Make her your sister. I don't think Omotola is not reachable. Call her. Cry to her. Tell her, Omotola, I'm going through this. What should I do? And I believe a lady like Uche Jumbo is also very mature. From the way I've seen Uche Jumbo, she looks very mature. Stephanie Okereke, these are people you should be going to. Cry to them. Pray with them as your sisters. Not coming on social media embarrassing yourself. Because you're making those people who are jealous of you happy. They are happy now. Look at Tonto. So she was just showing off and then she's suffering. People are happy, right? They are celebrating your downfall right now. These are the women you should have gone to. The ones that you started with. The ones that we know. Stella Damascus. Very mature woman. I can tell you a list of Nigerian actors because I have grown up watching them and I love Nigerian actors so much and I respect you, Tonto. So you too should have followed that path of just going to these women who are your friends. At least these are the people who should be your friends. You understand? You can be a controversial person. You said you're controversial so people don't like you. Yes, but we all can't have friends who are perfect. There's one friend who's controversial. So they'll take you as you are. If only you can go to them and humble yourself. They will give you a big hug. They will advise you. They will celebrate with you. They will cry with you when it's time to cry. So please, just end this series. If possible, delete the videos. Forget about Churchill. You are paying child support. It's important is your child. That child will grow up to love you. Whatever the child will become, you will know that it's you that did everything. He doesn't need to be told. The school itself has even confirmed to say, we know, madam, it is well. They sent you a DM on Instagram. Everybody is aware that you are the one who's paying. Leave that. Forget Churchill and move on with your life. I love you so much. And I believe you will succeed because it is in your destiny to succeed. You are a star. Nobody can take that from you. You are talented. You are gifted. No matter what people say about you, it can never be taken away from you. So I love you and I wish you all the best. It's a girl Lela Matams, also known as Gelo Pazed. Bye. Take care, guys. See you next time.